Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into a really powerful analysis of Revelation chapter 13.
We are.
And the source material here, it suggests something pretty profound. That the beast isn't just, a one-off historical bad guy.
Not at all. It's not just a figure like the Roman Emperor Domitian, even though he's, a perfect example with the emperor worship and the persecution of the church.
Right. So it's more of a repeating pattern.
Exactly. A systemic pattern.
Yeah.
The idea is that any power, political, economic, religious, that mobilizes itself just to hold on to control and act out of pure self-desire, well, that fits the definition.
Okay.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive, to unpack the source's central thesis. It's pretty uncompromising.
Which is?
That the core engine of this entire fallen world system is ultimately just the relentless pursuit of self-satisfaction and covetousness.
And the source applies this broadly, right?
Mhm.
Not just to ancient history.
Oh, absolutely. It explicitly states that certain modern governments, leaders, even geopolitical groups, it gives examples like North Korea or specific Islamic organizations, are, acting out this very same mechanism right now.
That's a heavy claim.
Yeah.
So let's unpack that pattern. Revelation mentions the beast's deadly wound was healed. What does that historical detail tell us?
Well, the source argues this is a direct reference to Rome. I mean, think about it. The Emperor Nero, a huge persecutor, dies dramatically.
You'd think the system might collapse with him.
Exactly, but it didn't. It actually got stronger. Figures like Vespasian and Domitian came in, they solidified power, and that led right into the famous Pax Romana.
That 200-year period of peace.
Right. So the paradox is that this evil system, it didn't just survive its crisis, it seemed to recover and become more powerful.
And the source draws a straight line from that ancient paradox to a modern one.
It does. The idea that systems driven by self-interest often seem to prosper more, not less. It points specifically to the growing gap between rich and poor and wealthy nations.
And this is where it brings in that phrase, legal theft.
Yes, legal theft. It's a striking concept. It isn't literal robbery, of course.
It's more systemic.
Right. It's the observation that financial and legal structures can be set up to systematically transfer wealth, often while, as the source puts it, trampling, killing, and abusing others.
And what's driving this persistence?
The source attributes it directly to Satan. It asserts that the dragon is what continuously stimulates the desires of powerful rulers, with the ultimate goal of being worshipped through that very covetousness.
But there's a vital restriction here. It highlights the authority to continue for 42 months.
A crucial limit. The interpretation there is that this phrase is an assurance, a promise to believers that this kind of oppressive rule is absolutely not permitted forever.
So whether that applies to a dictator's lifespan or the whole church age, there's an end date. The abuse has a time limit.
It has a time limit. And that raises the question of what worshiping the beast looks like for us today.
Right. It's probably not sacrificing to an idol.
No. According to this meditation, it's when modern culture stimulates our instincts and desires and then packages that pursuit of self-satisfaction as a natural human right.
The source gets very specific here, using some pretty charged examples to illustrate this.
It does, and it's important we state that we're reporting the source's view here.
Of course. It argues that issues around, say, the cultural acceptance of homosexuality or laws allowing evolution to be taught while prohibiting creationism are signs of this grift.
And the source's logic is that these are examples of systems prioritizing human instinct over a perceived divine order. It concludes that following this kind of worldly culture, one driven by maximizing the self, is the modern way of worshiping the beast.
Okay, so to wrap this up, what's the final takeaway?
It all connects to a mindset the source calls relative deprivation, that constant feeling of needing just one more time, just a little more.
The endless chase.
Precisely. It's what leads people to pour all their energy into gaining fleeting, earthly things. The source says this desire for sudden wealth, like buying lottery tickets with the excuse of survival, is really the result of Satan's false covetousness. It functions like a bottomless pit.
So the source's counterproposal, the way to resist, is to live as light.
Practicing a life of sharing, not hoarding.
And striving to create a life where, and this is a quote, at least those who are with the saints can live happily. Which leaves us with a provocative thought for you to take with you.
Yeah.
The next time you feel that compelling urge to accumulate more, ask yourself, is this truly driven by a genuine instinct for survival? Or are you just trying to fill a bottomless jar of desire? Something to think about this week.